Every once in a while, a new content meta pops up in the Minecraft community. You know, 100 days videos, SMP content, skyblock videos, and most recently, the type of video you're watching right now. High quality Minecraft related documentaries and video essays. I was lucky enough to get into this niche early, and as a result, I've not only discovered my favorite style of content to produce, but I've also found massive success in it. However, and maybe this is just me, but I feel as though the more popular this quote-unquote documentary and video essay niche has gotten over the last year or so, that more and more people are starting to make this type of content for all the wrong reasons. Alright, I'm sure you're wondering, Caleb, what do you even mean by this? And in order to explain my reasoning, we first need to understand the life cycle of a content niche on YouTube. They always start out with one or a couple creators recognizing a gap in the market and starting to create the first videos of the niche. Obviously, these creators are met with massive success, which then causes a sort of ripple effect where a ton of smaller creators begin to notice and create similar content in hopes of achieving similar results. Some creators at this stage are able to find some decent success, but after a certain while, the niche eventually becomes oversaturated, forcing everybody to elevate their content in some sort of way in order to stand out and continue getting views. And that's exactly what I think is happening with Minecraft documentaries. However, it's in this pursuit of success where I feel like a lot of creators are forgetting the qualities that made these videos special in the first place, sacrificing things like high quality editing and in-depth research with the goal of simply spewing out as much content as possible for maximum growth and views. But after stripping away all the key components of a good documentary, what exactly is still bringing in all of the views? Well, you guessed it, drama. A couple of weeks ago, a YouTuber named Cheetah uploaded a video specifically talking about why he doesn't like to watch this quote-unquote documentary content and some of his personal issues with it. Honestly, that video is kind of what inspired me to make this one.
To me, a big issue with the style of content that we're describing is it's somebody just preying on the downfall of somebody else, right? Irrelevant to whether they did actually do something really shitty or not, that's just simply what it is at its core. It's like, this person did something bad and you should hate them. I feel like the better way for me to put it is, it's rage bait. You know what I'm saying? That's what that type of content is. And again, I'm not trying to diss, I'm not trying to call anybody out who's made it. I understand the compelling idea. I know that drama is very interesting to a lot of people. Like, obviously, it is very compelling to be in that space, be upset at people for making the choices that they make, right? It's very easy to get baited into being angry at somebody.
And while I don't necessarily agree with labeling these videos as rage bait, you know, I've never watched any of that content with the sole purpose of getting angry at the subject of the video, I certainly agree that most videos in this niche do package them with very dramatic titles and thumbnails to get more clicks. I do it, your favorite YouTuber does it, everybody does it. Unfortunately, that's just the meta on YouTube, and packaging like this will always get more clicks than a mundane summary of the video like this. What is avoidable, however, is the over-embellishment of certain topics and creators making videos on minuscule drama simply to try and cash in on some sweet views. For example, the georgenotfound and wilbur soot situations from a few months back. I totally understand that sexual assault allegations are important to know about and should be brought to light, but do we really need over 20 different videos all containing basically the exact same information, just with slightly different titles and thumbnails? Honestly, the amount of videos made doesn't necessarily matter too much. It's just that I can guarantee you that at least more than half of the people making these videos don't actually care about what they're talking about and are only using this horrible situation to boost their own numbers. Or, like I said, what about videos on topics that really didn't need to be discussed in the first place? Does someone really need an entire quote-unquote exposed video made on them simply because they made a couple slightly edgy tweets or Discord messages in the past? While watching Cheetah's video, I noticed that my good friend and fellow YouTuber Blasolic had left a comment more or less echoing the thoughts I just explained. After seeing this, I decided to reach out to him and hear his thoughts and opinions.
So it's a lot of people kind of just following this bandwagon, if that makes sense, of oh, this person did this, it might not be something that genuinely needs covering. It's more so like people just want to make the video for the sake of making the video and just getting those views, those subs. Over time, I've had more and more people kind of message me, make tickets within my Discord. They're like, oh, can you take a look? I'm thinking of making this video. And upon taking a look, I realized a lot of the time it's something that's happened like 3 years ago with a friend they've now fallen out with, and they think, oh, now's a good time to make a video on this because I've fallen out with this friend, I can get some views off of it. It just turns out to be a whole inflated situation, which didn't need to exist.
In my opinion, soulless, uncreative content like this, which uses topics that have no overarching storyline or purpose to them, only encourages more drama and benefits no one except the uploader. So, how do we fix this problem? Allow me to introduce some of my own practices and guidelines I tend to follow every time I script my videos. Firstly, I always like to format my videos in a mostly neutral way that tells the complete, comprehensive story of whatever I'm talking about, carefully selecting topics that I've either never had a full video made on them, or if they do, making sure my video adds crucial new information. And before I even begin working on the script, I ask myself, why do I care about this topic? Am I truly passionate for what I'm talking about here, or am I only talking about it to simply pump out another video? Personally, I found that content I've made with passion and a clear purpose behind them always resonates with viewers more and has way higher engagement than videos I've made simply because I thought they would get views. And to any viewers, I totally get that this kind of content can be very addicting at sometimes, but you don't always have to be filled in with the latest drama. I left a list of channels in the description which scratch the same itch as this type of content, but create well-crafted, meaningful documentaries on way better, more educational topics. Once again, let me be clear, I am not trying to attack, hate on, or call out any creators in specific here. It's just that the main reason I, and probably you guys, started watching this content in the first place is because they act as an outlet for YouTubers to go absolutely wild with the most creative storytelling and insane editing we've ever seen, all while being, for the most part, educational to the viewer, and most importantly, entertaining as hell to watch. And the last thing I want to see is more creators wasting that potential and using this niche to essentially become a watered down Sunny V2 in order to cash in on some very short-term success. Lastly, I want to know, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? Leave a comment down below, please subscribe, and of course, thank you for watching.